founder of the mindbodyspiritnetwork.com, and I help gifted healers, transformational coaches, anyone in the transformational field to reimagine, up-level, and leverage their online marketing efforts in smart ways. And I like people to get return on their investment and not dive into something you're not ready for. And a lot of people like to just dive in and go. I'm like, no, you're not ready for that. So that's what I do. And I also created the athenaarena.com because so many people dive into online marketing without any branding or branding awareness. So the athenaarena.com is all about branding before you dive into any of this, so that you get a far greater return on your investment once you're clear on who you are, what you stand for, and what those value-driven results are in your business. And then you consistently communicate that. This is a problem with small businesses. They don't understand this branding thing. And I didn't for a long time. I intuitively, when I heard about it, I'm like, well, okay, that's what's missing. This is what's needed for your foundational basics. So today I asked everyone a question. I do have a great little shift thing that came to me. It's super simple. It came to me this week, and I already shared it with Deborah, but it's always good to hear it again. So I study levels of consciousness because I want to understand where true power really exists and where to put my focus, and pay attention to where I'm not putting my focus or am. If I'm putting my focus on lower levels of consciousness, I'm like, hello, no, you don't want to do that, because you're just asking for more of it by doing that. So I study levels of consciousness, and I was just really getting that we all want things in our life. We all have desires and dreams and hopes. But wanting is kind of a lower frequency. If you're really like in this desire, I really got to have it, want it, I want to have it, I don't have it, I want it, this is kind of a lot of attraction stuff. In this wanting phase where you're like, I don't have it, when am I going to get, that's a lower energy field. And you're not going to get it from that point of view, and that energy isn't going to support what you want. So Hawkins talks about choosing, preferring, and valuing. So when you take your dreams and desires and you put it in that context, I choose this because I value that, or I prefer this as opposed to that, and just use that higher frequency to attract what you're wanting. And then I've noticed that when I started to use those words and feel that different energy, then the need to have it disappears. It's an enjoyment just to prefer and choose and value something, like, oh, I love this, I love that. And you just play with it. You play with the energy of it when you're choosing, preferring, and valuing. So that was my shift and aha. And when you start feeling the shift and you feel that wanting desire go away, and it's just a preference and a lovingness, like, oh, I love that. It feels different, feels good. So that was my aha. All right. So today is Mastermind Week, and anyone can chime in on that if they want. But we're here to bring up questions about our businesses and marketing efforts or branding efforts or whatever questions you have. And I want everyone to feel welcome to answer them. And if you want to chime in on helping, just like raise your hand, and I won't talk, I'll call on you. So we're not talking over each other. So Lisbeth, you said you had a question this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got?
I'm recording some videos. I'm recording some trainings.
Okay.
That I want to put online. So it's like trainings with several videos in there. And I thought about where I'm at right now is putting it on Vimeo. Yeah. And I don't know if this is a place to ask for. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't, it's a jungle where to put it. And the only thing I know is that I want it out of Europe, because that can earn me 20% more.
Wait, what? Say that again?
It's good to know a bit about the tax rules. So.
Oh. Okay.
So I want a platform that's not in Europe. And where do you put that?
So Vimeo is in Europe. Well, I would think all.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, why does it matter where the video platform is? That does not, it's not like a revenue generator that's going to report to the government that you've generated revenue.
It's because there's something called VAT on, if it's on a Danish platform, it's the VAT is 20%. So it's just,
No, I know, but
it's not important. It's a tax thing. So don't worry about where it's at.
okay.
I just, what's a good platform to put trainings on so people can just go there, buy the whole training.
Okay. Go ahead, Linda. Unmute yourself, though. Don't forget to unmute yourself, you guys.
Okay. So I just posted a link in the chat to a site called everlesson.com because I've been looking at different places to host courses because I want to create some courses. And that one I found to be not only cheaper than some others, but it has so much involved in it where you can even create your landing pages and your autoresponder in there. Like it does everything under one platform, tons of tutorials, and they're just adding more to it all the time. So I don't know, Liz, if you've heard of that one before, but that's where I'm going.
Cool. I'm glad. It's good to know. I've heard of Udemy, Udemy, but
Udemy is not really, I don't think they have their own thing where you create the course. You can sell them on Udemy.
Oh, I thought you could. They would host the whole course though on Udemy. They're hosting the.
I'm not sure if you can create it on Udemy or not. I bought courses on Udemy of how to create courses.
Okay.
It didn't tell me to use the Udemy to create it.
There's another one I heard of too. I forget what it's called now.
Thinkific.
Never heard of that. No.
Kajabi.
What?
Kajabi.
Kajabi. So there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
But the question here that Lisbeth is asking is, can you host the video there as well? Or does it need to be hosted on a different platform?
Actually, I didn't find that out because I host everything.
Yeah. So the issue with web video is that it's costly to stream it. So you got to have someone else host it, and then you embed the code on your page, wherever you're going to share it. So Vimeo is good is because it can be private and you don't have all this YouTube videos running in the background. You don't want that. And even if you tell them not to, it still tends to do that. They're running ads. You don't want that. So Vimeo is a good choice. And my nephew used to work for a company called Wistia, Wistia. And they're a video hosting platform. And I like what they're doing there because there's some branding stuff you can do. There's like calls. They help you edit the video. There's little functionality where you can edit that video and insert calls to action or branding or whatever it is you want to do. And then the analytics of it are fantastic. It's like saying, you lost people at minute 1 and 35 seconds or whatever. And, you know, it's kind of cumbersome to get that analytical in the beginning because you're just trying to get content out there. But you got to pay attention to where are people that you got to catch them. You got to use that information that Anthony shared with us about 1-minute videos, right? So go ahead, Linda.
I just checked. It looks like you can have them in your Dropbox, and Dropbox can hold the videos, like on this one, this ever.
Oh, really? And then you just share the link?
I guess you just like our websites, right? We put a link and it shows a video. So okay. I mean, I didn't look at it, but I would look into Everlesson and see if it does all of that for you, because I think it's only like $50 a month to have it, and it's got so much capability.
Okay, so you just got to be careful when you get into hosting your own video. It can get costly. So Vimeo and Wistia, they have plans for however much gigahoosies you're going to consume by running video. So you got to watch out that if you start running a lot of video, your cost of sharing that could go up. But I think everyone's so competitive right now, it's kind of negligible, but because you're not there yet. What's that, Linda?
Dropbox gives you like a terabyte, whatever you call that, for
Yeah.
$9.99 a month.
Yeah,
No,
it's a lot. But video will eat it up fast too.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, what I want is a platform where they can also handle the money, so they got a shop there, so I can just send a link to the shop, and then they pay and register, and then they'll get the full training. Yeah, okay, cool.
So
because
Linda, they can do the whole shopping cart through that Everlesson platform?
You know what? I think they might be able to. I'm going to take a look. I'll get back to you.
Okay. And you want to make sure, I assume, that that's password protected. So if someone buys it, it automatically sends, registers a password and a username for the user, and it manages that relationship. Right, Linda?
Yes, I just saw that they do have payment gateway.
Okay.
Your payment gateway. Yeah.
Okay. And you got to make sure that ties into creating a password and membership user. I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it does too.
Yeah. So I'm just saying this out loud so you guys understand the process of what that needs to look like. So if you host it on your own website, as an example, which is an option because it won't have that monthly fee. What's the monthly fee at Everlesson? $40 a month, Linda?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's low.
Okay. So if you want to do it on your own website, you're still going to have to get some type of membership plugin to manage relationships. It's a little more, it's a little cumbersome to set up. It's not that hard. I use Wishlist. Wishlist is a membership plugin for WordPress. But then you still have to have some place to host your videos that are private and people can't access them because you want to protect your content. Okay. So have we answered your question enough, Elizabeth, or did it spur some more?
No, I'm all lost now. No,
Okay.
it was good. Thank you.
Yeah, don't give away your lessons, please. Okay, John, please unmute yourself there.
I was just going to ask you about, because like previously I'd used like Kajabi for that, for managing it and everything, and hosting all the videos and stuff. But if you were going to do it through like your WordPress site, because I've heard of like Memberium, but you've now said the Wishlist one, different one. Do you think that is an option to have the hosting of the membership? So the free training program, you'd have a section on the website for the videos, which would give them private personal login and everything like that. Is that how those work?
What's Kajabi? Is that a video hosting platform?
Yeah, Kajabi is it's a course training hosting program. So you just upload. So if you've got like a program, like I had the intro to Meta Health, and so it was like a 6-week program. In each week, you put your videos and you put all of your materials that they'll need to download in each week, and then you host it on their site. Everyone gets their own unique login and everything, and it can manage payments for you straight into PayPal or something. It's like integrated with PayPal.
So did you upload your video to them, or did you embed it from it? You uploaded it?
You uploaded it to them, yeah.
Okay, so that's an all-in-one solution, which I like.
But it's gone up in price. I can't remember what it is now. Elizabeth will probably know, but it might be like $150 now a month or something like that. I don't know. 120, 150 or something. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So did you like that platform, John?
I did. Yeah, I did. If I'd built enough courses on there and continue to funnel enough into there, then it can be really, really good. Yeah. When I was using it, I don't think I was able to brand as well as I would have liked to. But I think they've probably changed that now. Yeah.
So John brought up a good point here. You've got to be ready to funnel people into those classes. It's a lot of work to build up all that content on another platform and then not be able to keep funneling people to it and paying $150 a month for nothing. So to begin, you got to piece things together possibly on, if you have a WordPress website with a membership plugin and you host your video somewhere else, because you can't host video on your WordPress website. Typically, it limits like 50 megabytes is the biggest piece of content you can put there, and video is going to blow it out of the water. So to start, you got to remember, if you're not ready to funnel people in there through, deliberate marketing methods, you're going to be wasted. You could be wasting money, pouring money down the drain that could be used in developing marketing, developing leads. $150 a month can be helpful to develop leads, as opposed to paying out the platform if you already have a website. And then just going with Vimeo, there's a low end hosting, and Wistia might be $25 a month to host your private video that no one else can access. And then you build out like a wish list plugin membership is $100. That's it. You don't pay again. It requires a little bit of patience and understanding on how to use it and learning how to use it. And it's not that complicated unless you've got walls up around marketing. And it'll be like, it's like an elephant in the room. Like, oh my God, I got to set up that plugin. Yuck.
Yeah. So I've been kind of building it, and it's, and now I'm in production mode now. So I'm creating the videos. But I know there's people who's been pushing me to make the videos because they want the training. So I think, so now I've been preparing things, and now I'm producing them. Then they have to go on the platform, and then I'll boost it again. So that's pretty much.
Do you have a WordPress website, Lisbeth? Or not?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
I'm aiming on that. You're gonna make mine in August.
Okay.
Or something.
Cool. So just keep in mind, John's going to chime here in a minute, but when you get engaged in something like Kajabi, you got to look at that monthly nut and make sure you can afford. You got to send people to it. Make sure you got that covered, because if you don't and you shut it down, now you're like, you just created all this content and now you don't have access to it. But I would assume, John, maybe you tell me differently, that if you shut down your account, how long do they hold those files for you, or do they, in case you want to turn it on again?
Yeah, I can actually still access it. I haven't, I shut it off a long time ago.
Oh.
But I can still access up to my three programs.
Okay.
But only I can view them. And so if I wanted to get it going again, I could get it going again.
Well, that's good to know. So that's something to look into if you're going to use some of these platforms.
I don't know if they've closed that loophole.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like that's right for me to be able to do that, but that is the case. Is like,
okay.
You have people for a 3-month program, and you maybe have to put into your terms, and you'll have access to this training for 6 months or a year or whatever. But then just know that then you're now paying
for them to access it.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to have that initial number of people on the course and just take into consideration that year-long cost is part of the cost that you have to take out of the profits.
Yeah.
Or have a plan as to how you're going to get other people in to do that same training. No.
Now, were you going to say something else, John, when you raised your hand?
No, that was really it. It was just that thing, because that's where I sort of fell over. I had to shut it all off, and so it's now not accessible to people. I don't know. They might still be able to see the course and buy it. I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's just off now.
So you got to keep that in mind. If you have a WordPress website, you won't come into this problem. The only problem is your ability to set up a membership plugin, and then once it's set up, just as an example, Wishlist. I haven't Googled the best membership plugins on WordPress in a while, because I always use Wishlist, and they were kind of like out of the gate, like pioneers in the whole membership plugin thing. So I always went with them. And a lot of the marketers that I worked with use Wishlist. So there was, a whole band of brothers and sisters that were using that. So that's why I started using it. But it's like $100 out of the gate. And then you might have to pay a plugin update, which you want because you want the updates. And maybe that's a yearly fee to do that. And it's minimal, like $50 a year. I think the plugin was initially $100. If you have multiple websites, there was a multi-license use. And then all you needed was the membership plugin, and you needed somewhere to host your videos. So you're keeping the cost of that down, though video web hosting is another cost, another monthly cost, which everything you guys know is a subscription based, keep it running. And that's a good model for business. But you got to keep track of all these costs that keep adding up. It's like, okay, I'm paying for this, that, how can you get it all in one place like what Linda's doing? I like that. If you can get that out of the gate for under $50, because I think Wistia is going to be 25 and Vimeo minimum, if not $30 a month. So yeah, Linda.
Yeah. I think Vimeo it's 140 Danish kroner. So that's.
I beg your pardon? This is a clean family.
Krona. So that is about 20 bucks.
14 pounds, maybe about 20 bucks, maybe.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
So, yeah. And I'm going to do, sorry?
So at 20 bucks, they may require you to have a Vimeo brand on it. You just got to watch out. At the lower ends, they want you to have they'll say you're going to have Vimeo on there, which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to look into the details, but what I'm gonna do is also doing a prescription where you sign up and you pay $20 each month.
Yeah.
So that's another part I'm gonna create, because then I'm gonna get continuous money.
Okay, so Wishlist membership plugin does have that functionality where it's a monthly subscription if you want. Or if it's a one-shot deal, it does all of that. Just so you know. All right, we got 4 minutes left. I'm cutting these meetups.
Sorry.
Yeah.
With that wish list one, can you also so there's like a platform, you can have the video, you can have all of the materials they need to download, and you give them access to specific aspects and portals within the membership site, depending on their membership level. Yes, no?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yep. And it's pretty cool. You can, each level gives access to whatever. So if you're at a higher level, you can tell them, everyone at this level has access to everything below it. Everyone in the middle has access to this content. And you just click it off. When you create the page, there'll be a little box that says who has access to this. And you could call it, silver medal, gold medal, platinum level. And you just click it. All right, who has access to this content? These people do. Or you only have access to this content because you're just buying the class. Whoever it is, you tell them what the access level is, and it manages those relationships.
And just one more question. Is it got a maximum number of people you're allowed in there, or is that part of the...
There's no limit.
No?
No. Because it could be evergreen stuff, John. You're always selling it. So there's no limit. Okay. Did we answer enough questions on that topic? I know Lene had a question. I want to get to Lene. What was your question, Lene? Didn't you have one?
I do, and it's probably pretty elemental. I have 2 questions. One, when I started my website and people went to search for it, no one could find it. The only way I can find my website is to put in exactly the website address. And then the second one is when I signed up for it, they wanted to charge me for some kind of privacy, and I didn't pay for it, and now I'm getting all these calls from people that want to help me with the website and just weird stuff.
That's the nature of the beast.
Should I pay for the privacy?
The privacy when you buy a domain name has to do with others not being able to look you up. And I don't know what's going on with the marketing side, like at GoDaddy. If they're selling, they could be selling their database of people that just bought on with them, although their privacy policy should prevent that from happening. So you got to check the privacy policy of GoDaddy as an example. Where'd you buy your domain?
I went to a place called Site Builder.
Site Builder, okay. Check out their privacy policy. They could be selling their database to people that are calling you. And I don't know.
They probably are.
or ask them if that privacy policy selection, that extra cost, I think it's like $10 a year, maybe, if that. Do you recall?
It wasn't much, but
No.
it was just, I don't know, it was just kind of a, really?
Yeah. I never buy it, just so you know.
Okay.
And I'm a marketing person, and I still get people trying to sell me web design, search stuff. I'm like, really? Did you not pay attention to the website you were on when you got my contact info? So it's just the nature of the beast, Lene. You're going to get that stuff. When you receive it, call it junk, so it gets blocked as spam. That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's what I've been doing.
Okay. So your other question happens to be my area of expertise, or one of them. You need to understand search engine optimization. Have you heard of that?
Say it again.
You need to understand search engine optimization, or SEO.
I have no clue.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay. So in order for a website to get found, bye, John. Thanks for coming. Or did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, Liz is amazing at this. Like, she, through keyword research and everything, she got my Meta Medicine USA up and to the top of Google really quickly. So much so that the moment I dropped it accidentally, someone took over it and stole the website, like, and used it to sell.
Someone stole your website? What are you talking about?
Stole the domain. Like, I dropped the domain.
Oh, crap.
Somebody was like in like the day of it, and they got it, and they used it. But Liz is amazing at this, and she got me up like with all of the different keywords like really quickly without having to use video, and you'll know the different changes. But
yeah. So Lene, SEO is a practice that it's not easy for everyone to get. I mean, it's not that hard, but you need to understand how to format a page. You need to understand the keyword phrases that people would use to find your business. And your best bet is for you to get found right now as a beginner is to get found where you live. So you need help doing that, or you can try to strike out on your own. I do have videos in my library from past presentations all about keyword research and search engine optimization. And I'll share a link with you, Lene, where all that content is, so you can go look at it. And typically it runs at least $1,500 to do a website to get you off the ground. So that's the minimum. And then it's highly competitive these days, so you got to know what you're doing. And I've been doing it for a while, so. All right, I'm going to share this. It's 10:02, so I want to let you guys go. Unless anyone else has questions, I'm happy to stick around and talk about anything you want for a few more minutes. And I'm going to share this link to for Lene.
Can I just say, Lene, I love the name of your website. I just love that quantum soul healing. I love that.
Well, thank you. Yes, I feel like I've awakened to help people awaken, and it's all done through the soul.
Nice. Okay, so Lene, I just shared that link to my digital marketing blogs, and you can find all that information. If you scroll through there, you'll see one on SEO or search engine optimization, as well as keyword research and content marketing type of stuff. That's a whole other topic that you have yet to endeavor or encounter.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have questions? Or are we good to go? Everyone good? Yay. Okay. So next week we've got Katie Collins is up talking about how to close the sale without feeling crappy. Woohoo!
Woo!
All right. She's going to help us thrive in that department. All right. Even for men too, John. Men are welcome.
Men are welcome.
Always. All right, you guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you again. And ciao.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.